Okay, it's Memorial Day 2013. I just want to make a little log. And talk about some of the problems or situations facing America today. For about the last 30 or 40 years, there's been a change. And it's been so subtle, we hardly noticed it. But our brightest minds, after World War II, that created American industry, saw the value of education and stressed it. So when we started turning out all these educated people, uh, things changed because the Jack Northrops and the Robert Six that started the airlines, and the captains of industry of that era, most of the bases were tagged. So as we educated these people through business school and whatnot, they learned to make money from having money, and all kinds of creative ideas. That was the name of the game. Create some new idea to make money when you're not really even producing something new. And so they did that very well. But along the way, the middle class has been squeezed, very much so, for a number of factors, most of which is the China and India and gigantic populations are coming online and will work apparently harder than we will to get the kind of life we all want. And yet, our own progeny has, in a sense, been spoiled to it, and it's not as high up on their list to achieve as it is, for instance, a Chinese family or maybe someone in India, where they live poverty, and so they value the education more. It used to be in America, after high school, all you had to have was the desire to go to school, and school was inexpensive enough to handle that, because we wanted the smartest populations in the world. Well, that's changed, and one of the reasons it's changed is because these businesses, in their fascinating way of looking out for the best for their masters, that is the corporate master, have been phenomenal, making phenomenal in wrecking a lot of things. I mean, we look back at Carl Icahn, and what was the guy that bought Continental? Lorenzo. I mean, these guys. I mean, talk about the movie Wall Street. They literally lived it, and boom. So I mean, I got picked off in 2000 when they got into, hey, let's do some creative things in real estate, and so that's what it's become. But now, with lobbies and all of that influence, literally these money interests, these corporations, have, uh, in a sense, written the law because they've got the money to put the person into the seat to at least move things their way. So their money has such an influence over our elected officials. It's a new era. So you see the dilemma. It's like the corporations own the government because they have enough money to have the lobbyists and all of that stuff to influence the lawmakers, the elected officials, to do what is in their best interest. And then, of course, with the Citizens United decision, I mean, the Supreme Court said, all the stops are off. Let money be the big winner. And so our society has suffered. My dad, who had polio, worked for a couple of aircraft outfits during the war and ended up at Northrop. And he walked with a limp, and I don't think he even graduated from high school, but he worked every day, and in working with Northrop, he made enough money to raise 3 boys. My mom took work in sewing in the house, and later, when we were old enough to watch out for ourselves, took a job in the new industry of punch cards and data processing. And so, but just that, working conscientiously at Northrop, he was able to support a family of 3, and we didn't miss for nothing. We had a small swimming pool in the backyard. My brother Mike was able to go to USC. As a senior in high school, I was able to take flying lessons. And my parents weren't rich, but the middle class itself was rich enough to lead a pretty good life. But of course, in those days, for every dollar that Americans paid in taxes, corporations paid about $1.50, something like that. And now it's for every dollar Americans pay, the corporations pay like 20 cents. Is what I heard the other day. So you can see the handiwork of all of these brilliant minds that we've graduated from Harvard and Princeton and Yale have worked it to such a point that now it threatens the American way of life. I mean, look, in 2008, we were, they're talking like, oh, this is it. We're going off the cliff. And yikes. How come we didn't know about this sooner? I had been screaming for 8 years or 7 years about what the bank had done to me, but no one seemed to care. Now we're going off the cliff, and they're doing all kinds of stuff. There's no vote to this. We have to put our faith in the congressman. And here we are now, 5 years later. No one's gone to jail. No one's been in really much hot water because of the factors I mentioned earlier. The special interests have co-opted our government. And I really think with tablet computers, which I'm looking at right now, and some linking force of the universe will stop and reverse these selfish corporate ways before it's too late. Before I get too carried away, that's it. Sunday, Memorial Day weekend, 2013.